Shalom, family. It's good to see you all here. We're here to talk about Sonya Massey. And I did see the video a few days ago. Now, before I could do these videos right after it happens, now I got to literally process this stuff. It happens so often and it's so disgusting that it takes me a while, but I'm definitely going to get to this one. And if you did not hear about this one, and all I have to say is you must be under a rock because this whole thing was very disturbing. And ladies and gentlemen, I blame the politicians for this 100%. They are the lawmakers and they can stop this from happening, but they all choose to do nothing. As far as I'm concerned, the politicians, your president, and the people that have the opinion that cops should get away with everything, like your Donald Trump. Donald Trump said he wants them to have more immunity. So if it was up to him, this cop would get away with the whole thing. That is a load of BS. And Donald Trump is 100% wrong on this one. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden is another one, feels there should be more cops. We don't need more cops because more cops lead to more killing of unarmed black men, women, and children. So we know we don't need more of them. What we need in this case of Sonya Massey is screaming a crime bill. It's screaming to do away with qualified immunity. But the politicians are on this thing. The politicians are on this thing about never doing anything for black people. You don't you don't do anything, you don't put no protections in place. You do nothing. Mhm. You don't do nothing for black people. Well, here's my thing to every politician in this country that have seen these killings multiple times, because if I've seen it multiple times, you have, and I know you elders up there, because that's all Capitol Hill is. It's like a nursing home. I know you've seen it throughout your careers. Anytime you see this and your attitude is never do anything for black people, I hope what happened to Sonya Massey, and yes, I'm going to say it, happens to people in your family. I hope your family don't go untouched. See, this is why when things happen to them folks, that's why we turn away from it now. Nobody is talking about changing the laws, and they done buried the George Foreman Policing Act, which was police reform. They done buried that. They don't even talk about it on the campaign trail. It ain't coming up at all. And Kamala ain't gonna do nothing about this. She's gonna do the same thing Joe Biden did just a few days ago. He came out with some lip service. You are the damn president. If anybody can change this whole thing, it's your president. But they have been living on this benign and neglect for so long. No matter how bad it is, they just push through and continue on with it. That is sick. That is sick. She saw the demons in this cop. She saw the demon in him. Just before she got shot, what did she say? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. That was one of the final things she said. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And he immediately walked towards her with that gun aimed at her. She saw the demon in him. She saw it. She saw that demon. And you can see it in them. Next time they go on a racist rant, really look at their faces. You can see that demon. You can see it. It's very visible and in your face. So if people like Donald Trump look at this and say, well, that cop should get more protection. He should be, I want to give them more. Just know there's a lot of people that agree with Donald Trump. They don't care how much they see us get killed unarmed. They think, oh, well, them black N words, they deserve it. And my question is, how do we deserve it? If we're not even a threat to the cop, how is that deserved? Some of these people, they need to go in the hottest place in that lake of fire. They really do. So I was looking at a few other things, y'all, and I came across an article. Do you know This police officer was kicked out of the military. He got court martialed. He was kicked out of the military. So, my question is, who makes the hiring decisions? I really truly believe that cops are hired, number one, definitely based on race, because look at what the country looked like and look at what your police department looks like. It's clearly race. They hired these heinous Klansmen and they put them on the police force. So the deputy accused of killing Sonya Massey in Springfield was discharged from the Army for serious misconduct. Okay, so he gets out on a serious misconduct offense. Wow. Sean Grayson, the deputy who murdered Sonya Massey, was previously discharged from the U.S. Army for serious misconduct, according to his military record. Grayson, who is white, was indicted by a grand jury in the July 6th death of Massey, and the family is being represented by Ben Crump. And Big Crump said the U.S. Department of Justice has also opened an investigation into the incident, but the agency said in a statement that it is assessing the circumstances and following the criminal case. My problem is with every single living soul in Washington, D.C., that have sat on their ass and watched a multitude of unarmed Black people go down in this country by the hands of white cops, and y'all still won't do a damn thing about it. But you got the damn audacity to hop your ass up in our face and say, vote for you? I'm all for voting out every single politician that have sat there, watched this, and done nothing. I'm for you getting thrown out of office, getting voted out of office, or leaving office in a body bag, whichever way. It's no excuse. None of you, from the president down to the lowest person up there, there is no excuse for you to continue to sit and do nothing. And if you do, it's very clear. We already know, but it's very clear you choose benign and neglect over human life. It's very clear. So, documents obtained by Kincaid Police Department, where Grayson previously worked, noted that he was discharged in 2016 for misconduct serious offense at the Fort Riley Army installation in Kansas. Army officials confirmed Grayson was a wheeled vehicle mechanic from May of 2014 to February of 2016, but declined to provide further information about his discharge. All they said is he was discharged on a serious offense, but they won't elaborate on what that serious offense was. And that being said, there should be some kind of criteria for the police department not to hire people like this. How you doing, True Royal?
I'm doing fine.
I don't know how much of that you heard. I was going over his military record. You know, he was
Yeah,
kicked out of the military, the cop that killed her.
yeah, I'm listening to it all. I didn't miss any of it.
Okay. Do you
Uh-huh.
want to chime in?
No, I'll wait till you finish.
Okay. No, all I was going to say is that alone should have made him ineligible to be a police officer. That's all I was going to say.
Okay. Well, we got a convicted felon running for president, so the threshold is really, really low these days on
Hmm.
things like this. So none of this surprised me, and um, it just happens that how I'm looking at it, that it just happened that she got literally slaughtered like a pig during an election season, and they worried about, these people were worried about their, us voting for them too as well. We got to keep that, and always keep that in mind. They're always worried about their their immediate situation, you know and it's just whew. I mean, you get to the point where you get numb to it. I try my best not to even watch these things, but it's not surprising, like the pig that killed Tamir Rice just recently. He got hired again, and well, and by now these people should know who this guy is, and I mean, they just like bound and determined to be a pig. But as far as this case, I went back and watched that video really close, and um, you know, he had already had his hand on that gun when she stepped behind that. When she was in the kitchen area, I was looking at it real, real close, and because one thing that Ben Crump said is to play that video in slow motion and everything, and we know she wasn't no threat, but then how he spoke of her, he called her, all kind of derogatory names and everything. But then, like I tell folks, to look at things with your spiritual eyes. She's seen that demon, that serpent, come up out of him, and then you heard how he spoke to her. That
Yeah.
was all. Ooh, that was all demonic right there.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I don't feel like he did nothing wrong. At the end of the day, I mean, what's
Killing us is like, kill us and then go out and have lunch. They don't care. They
uh
don't
huh.
care.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah, just it ain't no big deal. I mean, he told his partner not, you wasting your time even trying to, give her any type of assistance or anything.
Hmm.
And he did exactly what he said he was gonna do. He shot her in the face.
Yep.
Yeah, he cared. He is a threat, serious threat. Um, and then what they wanted to say is, well, he had colon cancer, and he's walking around with a colostomy bag. So what the hell that
Those
mean?
things don't make you murder. I mean, we got people in our community all day long with cancer, colostomy bags, all, trauma to the head, and everything else. That don't make you go out and kill.
Yeah, then you
But,
want.
they always ready with the excuse when they take one of us down. We're just like George Floyd, right? Oh,
Mhm,
he was on fentanyl. I said, when it's one of us, they always got a boatload of excuses. But if
mhm,
it's anybody else in this society that gets killed, you
mhm,
notice how they don't pop up with excuses? They only do that exclusively to black people only.
mhm, mhm. You start coming up with all this stuff, and then another thing was when I was because I did a lot of research on it. Um, um, okay, let's get into and I actually heard the dispatch where they kept saying over and over on the dispatch radio that it was self-inflicted. It really,
Yes.
uh-huh, they keep
Yes.
saying that over and over. Self-inflicted, really?
Hmm.
So they was already setting up the lie, and then this joker, um He didn't even have his body cam on. He gonna cut it on after the fact. But thank goodness that his partner had his on and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And um, it was another thing that I was gonna mention. Oh, so then her father, you know, said that they didn't even want to um, tell the family actually what happened. And another thing, what has also helped this family get the recognition or getting this more out on the world stage. They're real close friends with a politician um, that literally been around that family pretty much all her life. Even some of some of her family members are her neighbors, and she said that she had talked to that girl like a week just before she had died. So they were connected. See, usually these cops will hesitate when it's one of their own because they don't know who they connected with. Well, this family happened to be connected with a politician,
Yes.
and that gave her that gave the family more of recognition on this, because I mean this stuff happens every day. Because my husband was asking me, well, what state it happened in. I told him, I said, I was irritated when he asked me that. I said, I can't keep up with the states. It happens so much, so often. I don't be knowing. I just know it's another one of us that's slaughtered in the streets of America. you know. Um, and then, like you said, then they have the nerve they want to ask us for our vote. They always want to ask something of us and stuff. Don't be fooled, because I talked about this on my channel the other day. Don't be fooled, because Campbell is up there on that world stage and stuff. Ain't nothing gonna happen no different, because people like her in the positions that they are in, they have demonstrated something to the enemy to let the enemy know that, oh, this person is safe. Can you imagine how many people Campbell has destroyed to
Yes.
get to the position that she is in?
And
Let's
they
not
all
be
do.
fooled by this.
Unfortunately, they all do. If you got a sitting politician and they've been there for decades or,
Mm-hmm.
for years and years and years, yeah, they've stepped on a lot of people to get
Mm-hmm.
there. They
Yeah,
have
yeah, and
stepped on them and wiped their feet on them.
yeah, and ain't nothing no different. So keep looking at this thing with your spiritual eyes and
Right.
and with your
And,
spiritual ears.
and I want y'all to ask yourself, how is it that benign and neglect became more important than human life? If these politicians don't want to do their job or do the right thing, then they can't demand anything of us. And we need to start putting our foot down and making it clear, as long as things like this is going on and you're sitting there, you're the lawmaker. You are the one that can put pen to paper and change all of this. And if you fail to do that, there is now that's a deal breaker. You can't come and ask us for nothing. You can't ask nothing of us. And that's how we need to deal with these politicians.
Mm-hmm. Correct. That's
They
correct.
we got to put our foot down and say, look, as long as X, Y, and Z is happening, you can't come and ask us for something. We're not going to come out there and go in no voting booth over you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So in Trump's mind, doing the right thing is, well, that cop shouldn't be behind bars. Get him out and protect him. He's immune to anything that he did. That's
Mm.
Donald Trump's solution.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just remember that.
Because the way that the way that they operate is in these situations is they're always looking for a way out. A way out. Now look at how this thing went down. They're gonna say that it was self-inflicted before they even looked at anything or anything like that. They had already came at the family foul. Then when then when they actually see the actual footage, it's so egregious they can't wiggle their way out. But also, the family is politically connected to someone to it as well. So it was different factors put in place. Because trust and believe, if that family wasn't connected, who they was connected to, or it'd be the same scenario.
Oh yeah, and remember Ahmaud Arbery.
Mm-hmm.
Remember all of that with the McMichaels? Oh, it was self-defense. It was with us. It's always self-defense. You notice that we're
Mm-hmm.
always the aggressor according to them until you
Yeah.
watch the video and you see it's them folks that are always the aggressor.
Yeah.
You know, but according to them, Ahmaud Arbery. Oh, he was. Oh, remember how what's that? McMichael's son, Travis. Remember how he got up on the stand? Oh, he was just acting so crazy. Ahmaud Arbery wasn't acting crazy. He was a man trying to save his life.
Yes.
So that's acting crazy to you?
Mm.
They always trying to make us
Yeah.
sound like there's something wrong with us.
Yeah. Because somebody had said, a video I had watched. This lady was speaking, and she was saying, um, she was a police officer, and she was saying, not 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 people that's like calling the police or whatever are not out to kill the police. That it's like, oh, so every time a black person around the cops, we out to kill the cops. Oh, they went for their waistband. I mean, what advantage do you think you have going to your waistband? Or you made
Exactly.
this move, but
My
we get
question
killed.
is, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
listening.
you're right. No, go ahead. I
Yeah,
agree.
we
No,
get,
I'm agreeing
yeah,
with you.
the things that we get killed for. I mean, if I told y'all to put a list of things that we didn't got killed for: getting killed for sleeping, getting
Yeah.
killed for sitting down, for eating, for walking, for thinking. I mean, we could go on and on and on for
Mhm, and
literally
what
existing.
happened to that counterfeit $20 bill George Floyd allegedly had? We haven't heard another thing about it.
Ain't never came up and stuff. I mean, the stuff we have gotten killed for is astounding to me.
Mhm.
It's like, really, literally for existing. And then you gonna make it like, he gonna make it like this woman want to throw a pot of water at him, but you go engage her, and he said he was gonna shoot her in the face, and he put 3 bullets in her that
Yep.
quick
Yep.
because you fear for your life.
You feared for your life from a woman that was standing way across the room from you
Mm-hmm.
and had no weapon. You were in
Mm-hmm.
fear of that.
Yeah. And then the first thing y'all want to go into is, he had cancer in a colostomy bag. Really?
Right. Right.
Good
Like I
grief.
said, they don't do this with any other. Just watch the media, y'all. They
Mm-hmm.
don't do this with any other person except for if somebody in the black community get killed by someone white, then they go into excuse mode. But
Mm-hmm.
if a white person gets killed by a white person or whatever, they never come back up there with no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
They only do that to us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he had cancer. My dad had cancer. He didn't get up and kill nobody.
Mm-hmm.
He had cancer too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What does one have to do with the other? I
Nothing.
don't I don't even
So what?
understand.
So what are you trying to say? Cancer makes you a murderer?
Yeah. So I mean, it don't even make
What
no
are you trying to say?
it don't make no sense. Um, and you got a taser on you, a gun on you, you got a vest on you, and you fear for your life.
You feared
Uh,
for your life. For, oh, like I said, she was standing way across the room from him, and he was in fear. She was with no weapon, no nothing, but he was in fear of
mm-hmm,
that.
mm-hmm. You see how big he is?
He was way bigger than her. You could tell
Mm-hmm.
she was not a very big woman.
Mm-mm. No, no, and um, and um, and I'm repeating myself. I'm not letting, because they always want to try to look good. I'm not letting the police officers off, because again, they said that it was self-inflicted. Self-inflicted.
Right.
That's what I kept hearing over and over again. So they
Mm.
was already in cahoots trying to set up something. and stuff.
Mhm.
But it was, um, how the hell?
Well,
How the
they've
hell?
been doing this forever, Queen. I mean, think about Trayvon. Remember what we were hearing? Oh my goodness. So they tried to make it seem like Trayvon was attacking Zimmerman.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Tamir Rice. The officer jumps out in 2 seconds, guns him down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, when you look
It,
at
it,
that,
the pattern
he
is
he,
always the
he
same.
drove he drove up. They drove up in that car. He got out that car, and that kid would pretty much before he got out that car, that kid was dead.
Yeah.
You
And
can,
he got the nerve to keep trying to get in another police department.
I mean,
I mean,
how
he's
many
still trying to do it.
how many years it's been since that happened? And he keep
Trayvon?
not
Not
Trayvon,
Trayvon, but Tamir
Tamir Rice.
Rice.
And I mean, this guy is relentless on becoming a cop.
Yes.
The only thing that I take joy in is that every time he tries to become a cop, and they'll hire him, then them people who did the hiring or the chief of police, they end up losing their job too as well, and they
Mm-hmm.
know who he is. They can't claim that they don't know who he is.
Mm-hmm. After he killed not Trayvon, Tamir Rice,
Mm-hmm.
see, just like what happened in Memphis, they should have took his peace license away.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you going to kill someone like that, there should be no other police jobs
No.
at all, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
And see what
And the
he's
funny
doing.
part is if he goes down to Florida, Ron DeSantis would probably hire him.
Mm-hmm. What he keeps doing is going to these little rural towns,
Hmm.
hoping that somebody will hire him,
Yeah, he
and
went to Nicetown, Pennsylvania, not far from where I grew up.
yeah, hoping that somebody will hire him where it'd be a little hick town that nobody don't recognize what who that person is. But his mother is
Samaria.
very yeah, I like she's very diligent about this because I heard her speak one time at a press conference, and she tries her best along with other people to keep up with his movements.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So the determination that he has to try to get employment, she has the same determination to expose the people that had hired him and all of that. And
Mhm.
it just ain't working. And he gonna keep trying again and again and again and again. And
Mhm. And
in the
he's aged bad in these last 10 years, didn't he?
I haven't seen him,
Oh,
Lisa.
I had a picture of him on the video I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go look at that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he really, I mean, yeah, that his age is really it really caught up to him. He looks awful.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. DSB. Yeah, they
That's
try
our
to
twin brother.
try to use our deaths to get votes. They'll try to use whatever they can, but not gonna do a damn thing
Right.
at
Well,
all.
that's what when I said I'm offended that I was talking about myself, not Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Because Joe Biden is a sitting president. Whether he's running for reelection or not, he's still the sitting president.
That's right.
He is in a position to do something
Mm-hmm.
about all of these unarmed killings, but all he wants to do is make a damn statement.
Mm-hmm.
The black community, don't need a statement. We
No,
need action behind your words. If you're not willing to do that, then keep your ass from in front of the camera because nobody wants to hear it.
yeah, making statements or symbolism doesn't work, and then we have to watch for okay. So this go round, they didn't give him a bond to get out. That don't mean nothing. You know how it goes down. They gotta okay. We're gonna go through the trial. They might say he guilty. Okay, that don't mean nothing. Then you gotta wait till they get sentencing and stuff because we didn't had enough of that. I learned from Amber Geiger after that fiasco. I learned my lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll let you say, "Oh, they indicted." That don't mean nothing.
No. And in
Uh-uh.
fact, I think Amber Geiger is eligible for parole this year
Mm, damn, that's
for
quick.
killing both of them. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
believe she is. I'm going to have to go and look. I believe she's eligible this year for parole. We all knew she was never going to do no full 10 years.
Yeah, and she been fighting, trying to get out of jail, just like with that guy that killed George Floyd. They want to set their own punishment.
Yeah, Derek Chauvin.
Mm-hmm.
You notice we never heard about his condition after he got stabbed up all in that jail.
No,
They
we have
won't
not.
tell you what his condition is or how bad he was injured.
Well, you know, it's ironic that he got stabbed as many times as they had sentenced him in jail. Isn't that something?
22.
Mm-hmm.
22.
Yeah, and that ain't no time. 22. That ain't
No.
nothing.
Hell no, it isn't.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So
But
no.
my heart goes out to the family. I did hear them. They are grieving, man, and I don't blame them.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they get some justice, but we also got to remember where we are. We
Mm-hmm.
are in a place that's rigged up not to do anything for us. And
Mm-hmm.
they are waking up out of their beds every day trying to keep that in place. Don't do nothing for Black people. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care what happens. I don't care how bad it is. Don't do nothing for Black people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the state, by the way, it was Illinois, Springfield,
Mm-hmm.
Illinois. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
And see, that's why I always try to tell people when they tell you the racism is in the South,
Mm-hmm.
uh-uh,
It's everywhere.
it's everywhere. And it's as
Everywhere.
evil as the South. It doesn't matter if it's where I am or down in the South. It is just as vicious and evil as it
Mm-hmm.
can be. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah, it irritates me when I be hearing our folks saying, "Well, in this state, it's not as bad as," and I'm like, what are you
No, it's
talking
bad
about?
all
It don't
over.
matter.
Yeah.
I mean, when you let's take Stevie Wonder. He talking about he want to move over to Africa. He can't see, but he can show feel. He can feel racism.
Hmm. They
That's how
made him
bad
an
this shit is.
honorary. They made him an honorary citizen over there not long ago.
Oh, did he finally make his move?
Oh
He
yeah, he
finally,
left a couple of years ago.
okay,
Yeah, they made Stevie Wonder an honorary citizen. I believe he went to Ghana. That's where he is.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Though
Yeah.
they got a big star like Stevie Wonder. I said, yeah, but they don't do that for the ordinary person that goes over to Ghana. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know.
But yeah, we not fooled, we not impressed, because now they want us to be all excited that this so-called Black woman um, is running for president. And like I was telling Lisa behind the scenes, the white woman is utterly pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're gonna try every trick that they can, and it's all about trying to come up with some magic trick to keep us fooled. We're not fooled.
Yeah.
Symbolism, to hell with symbolism.
Right.
That ain't putting no food on the table. And this stuff, and it's gonna continue to go downhill for America. It ain't gonna go the way that they think it's gonna go, because they haven't did right by us, and they
Right.
don't have no intentions to
No.
do right by us.
They are living by, like I said, benign and neglect and don't do nothing for Black people. They don't care even if we're threatening not to vote. You notice they still not letting go of it. Oh
Mhm.
no, we can't do nothing for Black people. Okay, well we gonna elect the couch. Oh no, we want you to vote, but we can't do nothing for you. You can go to hell.
Okay, somebody asked me a question, Animal. Okay, it said, True World, were you there when Campbell was in? Yes, I've always been in the Bay Area. I grew up here. I keep saying I live in Campbell, in Pelosi country. And they was just recently talking about on Roland Martin that, first Pelosi didn't even want to endorse Campbell, and I've been saying for years she don't like her.
No,
But
she
see,
don't.
there was a lot of factors that was going on. They people they had the donations was drying up. Them donations was not coming in, because it was looking very bleak over there for the Democratic Party, and they really don't want her, but that's the position that they put her in. He aged out, and they're left no other choice but to back the VP. So yeah, I'm right here in this country, and she is not liked at all. She has came at the throats of black men very heavily, up here in the Bay Area. Ain't nothing if she becomes the president, ain't gonna be no more changes. It's gonna be the same old and stuff. It's just gonna always gonna go down in history that a so-called black woman has became the president, and they're gonna try to use us in every form or fashion that they can try to use us in this. It'd be kind of interesting what's going on. And like I said before, let's go back to this sister that was slaughtered like a dog, that in her state, because in her state, yeah, they're gonna back it all up and stuff because they want that vote. The local politicians want to keep their positions too as well. So they'll use whatever they're going to use at the end of the day. And I'm not speaking to y'all like y'all don't know. We know. We know. So what's new?
Yeah. Well, he did this during the election year. They may actually make him the sacrificial lamb.
Mm-hmm.
But whether they do or not, it's still unacceptable for all of this to go on all this time to multiple people in our community, and they have sat and watched it and done nothing but want to get up and give a statement. Damn your statement. I'm serious. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of
Mm-hmm.
that. Just like when that grocery store shooting, when Peyton Gendron went up there and slaughtered a bunch of people just minding their business and shopping for their families. And
Mm-hmm.
he goes in there and shoot them people up. Joe Biden goes up there running his mouth, talking about some. We need to pray. You know what? I don't pray with a devil.
Mm-mm.
Okay, even if I wanted to pray, I don't pray with a devil.
Remember this, my royal family. I said this a long time ago. You cannot satisfy royalty. Take that type of attitude. I don't care if they right now start sending us checks saying we getting our reparations. We have to take on some of the enemy's attitude. That I want some more. See, that's what I was saying. They will throw things out there to that they know we'll bite on to, like to symbolism. Oh, we're gonna put a statue up. That don't satisfy us. You know, it'll never be. That's the attitude that I take. I come from royal stock. You can't satisfy me. Ain't nothing you can do to satisfy me. The stuff that you continue to do to my folks, ain't nothing you can do.
No, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, what are you going to do beyond giving a statement? If your answer is nothing, then no, you don't deserve another thing from this community. You don't
Mm-hmm.
deserve another thing. If you don't have an answer, we don't want. See, they tried to pull that mess with, back in 2020. Oh, we'll get the George Floyd
Oh,
police
please.
reform. Oh, we'll get that passed. Oh, we'll get it passed. And then it went up for vote, and what happened?
Oh,
It
oh
didn't pass. Oh, well, we tried. They didn't try hard to lobby that bill, y'all.
no,
They did
no
not try
intent.
hard to lobby that bill.
And see, and Biden never anticipated that he was gonna have to tuck his tail, go to the Black Coon Caucus, talking about I ain't gonna let you down and all that. Just sitting up there lying just like Trump and all of that. And I said, wow, I was taking joy in watching him muffle his words and couldn't get his stuff together. Even when he went to NATO, still couldn't get it together. Even when they
Mhm,
interview him, I said that that's a divine hand working on his behind.
mhm.
And
Because
then
he
I
came
want,
in politics working against the Black community. If
mm-hmm,
y'all remember, he came in the door doing.
yes. And then don't forget what he did to the black farmers. Billions of dollars was
Mhm,
allocated for the black farmers. That money is sitting up there in limbo, and they set it up in such a way where the white farmers got that stuff all tied up in court. And you bring it up to Biden, he act like he don't have a clue what to do. I'm telling you, it hurts him that he has to go down the way that he is going down and stuff. He can't even technically he can't even do these last few months that he's doing.
No, he's out of his. He's all out of it. He really is. He shouldn't even be there now. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, it tickled me. I mean, they set him down talking to him, and they interviewing him, and I said he can't even hardly get through the damn interview.
And I was too through when he was at that NATO summit talking about, yes, Vice President Trump. I was like, you don't know the name of your damn vice president?
Oh, mercy.
He called her Vice President.
I've seen that stuff.
Vice President Trump.
I said, boy, he don't got it together at all. He called him Trump. And then he introduced he said Putin. Did he
called Zelensky Putin.
Yeah. I said, boy, they're gonna have to hurry up and get him up out of there. And they've been watching this decline go on, and like you said to me, Lisa, it don't get better, it gets worse.
I believe he came in office like that, though, y'all.
Yes, he did.
It just got so obvious they couldn't cover it up. Yeah, they could not cover that up.
Yeah, they had that big old teleprompter in front of him and stuff, and after a while, people are going to want you to speak. We watch Reagan go through this.
Yeah,
they got to the
McConnell, like I was telling you earlier, Mitch McConnell too. You think Mitch McConnell is not behind the scenes still freezing up? Of course he is.
Oh yes, but that demon, he wants to work to the bitter end until he get into the grave, like Feinstein. I mean, they willing her to work. I don't even think she was aware of her surroundings.
Y'all, they closed her funeral to the public because nobody showed up. Y'all
I know you had to tell. I had to go look. You told me that, and I looked, and yeah, they had to open up the streets and stuff, thinking all these people was gonna come out. Nobody ain't came out for that.
Nobody showed up for that woman's funeral, y'all. And then they closed it, trying to act like, oh, well, we're gonna close it and just it's gonna be private. I said, no, nobody showed up. Okay, nobody showed up.
Think about when with Trump's inauguration, and he had the first press secretary up there talking about it was breaking records. How many people was out there? Hardly nobody showed up to that inauguration.
Yeah,
the traffic wasn't tied up,
and
nothing like that.
You know what? If he wins, nobody's going to show up for the second one either. Watch. Nobody ain't going to show up for the second inauguration either.
There's just they're really and truly, they try to make it bigger than what it is. But like you were saying, Lisa, it's a lot of people that don't like Trump.
Yeah. And they conveniently ignore it.
Oh yeah, they conveniently ignore it and stuff. I don't know if some of y'all had knew it, but the man that got killed at that rally, Biden wanted to speak to his wife, to give his condolences, and she wouldn't even speak to him because she said he was a staunch Trump supporter, and that would have upset him.
And do y'all know Donald Trump didn't even call the family?
What's new? That don't even surprise me. Trump is tacky like that.
Do you remember the first condolence phone call Donald Trump did when he was in office? Do y'all remember that? It was a black man in the military.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was a fiasco.
And yes. And his widow was so upset. Well, that's part of the job. I was like, how is that consoling somebody?
He didn't even know the man's name.
No, the family was real upset. I know his wife. I remember his wife was very upset.
Yeah, I mean,
And when people complained and it got out in the media, then Trump tried to deny everything.
You know, he was out there on X um, putting a statement out, and he was talking about the polls, and he spelled polls wrong, Lisa. I said, I guess he didn't have um, he didn't know how to use the spell check, or he could have spoken to something. I
So
mean,
it
it's
was
so many.
POLE, huh?
He didn't have that right at all.
So, no, Donald Trump, not the kind of poles, them strippers that you like to see swing on. It's a whole different pole.
Yeah, he couldn't spell it right. I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My goodness. It's something else. Mm-mm-mm. But he has somebody that usually
What
do
was
that.
embarrassing, Queen? I know I've said this to you before. When Stormy Daniels took that stand and said Donald Trump was terrible in bed, I was over here hollering.
Look at
Like, wow.
George Calloway. He put up their polls. POLLS. Yeah, he put the POLES. That's what he put up
Yeah,
there.
that's why I said
Mhm,
not the
mhm.
poles that them whores you like swinging on. No, Donald Trump is a different pole.
I was cracking up when I seen that this morning and stuff. But Trump is having a hissy fit. Now he's trying to. He don't want to debate with Campbell. Trying to figure out how to get up out of that situation. Such a coward. Everything that he tries to come off like he's so hard, but he's all of what he always tries to project on people.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, Kamala's already on the campaign trail talking about his
Oh,
felonies.
she's slaying him.
Yeah, she's talking about them felonies. See, that's why he don't want to get in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want to get in front of her because of that. Remember, she is. I don't like Kamala, but she's still a seasoned lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
and she dealt with people that committed crime.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he don't want to get in front of her.
Mm-hmm. I never thought that I would ever see America erode to this point where you got a convicted felon running for president. It make he make Nixon look like a preschooler.
And look at what he's doing too. He is trying to say it's going to be bloodshed if he don't win. Y'all heard? I've heard him say that a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he out there.
So he's trying to kick off, put the concept, put the idea in people's head that they need to go out there fighting if he lose.
Yeah, and he ain't gonna do nothing for them people that's out there voting for him. I mean, them people that went up there and did what they did during December 6th, and they thought that they was gonna.
January 6th. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they thought that they was gonna. He was gonna help them out. They didn't do nothing.
No.
They better pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
You
Go
know.
out there and jump off some civil war. And who are y'all gonna have this civil war with? That's what I would like to know.
Well,
What, you gonna run to some downtrodden people and beat up on them? Because who are you gonna have this civil war with?
So you got to remember, see, Trump will fix his mouth and say, "Oh, we got to support our troops." But when he was first running for president, he said that they was idiots out there, getting in the military and doing all that stuff.
Well, he is right about that because every time he came up for the draft, he had bone spurs. You remember that?
Yeah, he was able to get out of all kinds of
bone
stuff.
spurs.
Yeah, did you see the other day they were showing they had dug up a council check years ago. He had donated money to Campbell when she was running.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And my aunt was saying that he said that um, the Republican Party they those voters ain't nothing but a bunch of idiots. Whatever you tell them, they just fall for
it. And he's right; they still are.
Mm-hmm.
He's right about them.
Mm-hmm.
They are a bunch of idiots.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what he says or do, they follow him blindly.
Yeah, they sure
when
do.
When he was on trial in New York, they were out there picketing in front of the courthouse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I done seen them out there wearing diapers.
Mhm.
Now they running around wearing a bandage on their ear.
You
Now,
tell you one thing. When Donald Trump was in court, that courthouse that he was in was
mm-hmm.
the same courthouse the Central Park Five had their trial in.
Oh wow,
Look at the irony.
isn't that something?
Hmm. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same courthouse they had their trial in. That's where Donald Trump was found guilty. I said the Most High really does have a sense of humor.
Yeah, he sure does. Yeah, he sure does. Yeah. Well, it's gonna be really intense. Because they got a lot of work to do in a short amount of time till November come. And
You
just I know some of y'all were over on my channel the other day. Mercury is in retrograde, and right now it's in the staging phase. So just keep that in mind. We got it's gonna last for 6 weeks. Um, so you're gonna see a lot of stuff going on, and that major global outage that was that.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. Y'all,
Go
I
ahead.
gotta keep talking, True Royal.
Yeah.
I gotta bring something
Okay.
up on the screen.
Okay. That Mercury and okay, that global outage, that was nothing more than the magnetic forces from planet Mercury. Every time Mercury goes in retrograde, there is some type of power outage. Now, this is one of the most intense ones I have ever seen. And when Mercury goes into retrograde, it doesn't last for 3 weeks. It lasts um, well over 6 weeks. The enemy will tell you it lasts for 3 weeks. It's staged for 3 weeks. It um, hits direct for 3 weeks, and it descends for 3 weeks. And it doesn't matter um, what phase of that, the magnetic forces are felt. That's why we are seeing all these different things that are going on in the universe. Then Lisa, she keeps up with the different the moons and stuff, so she'll tell you the other end of it.
Y'all look at the chart. Now, yesterday, because I've been checking every day since that global IT outage hit, YouTube and Google yesterday were in the green. They had green lines. And this is why I'm saying just because you see a green line out here, it doesn't mean it's going to stay green. So people are reporting on YouTube that they can't watch videos. And I really believe this is part of the global outage. They're saying
Mm-hmm.
they can't watch videos. Some people were trying to join premium, they could not join premium. Some
Mm-hmm.
people were trying to download videos, they could not download videos. So Google and YouTube, they're going through something right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I checked this just before I came on here. So,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said yesterday, they were not even in the red. They're in the red now. So it just goes to show you just because you're looking at companies with green lines, it doesn't mean anything. This outage is still going on.
Yes, it is. Yeah, yeah. Because I was listening to what they were saying on the news, like, oh, everything is a okay, and I said these people are lying through their teeth.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing a okay. Um, um, and look, it's just um, Mercury is just in the retrograde phase is just staging, and look at the intensity of what's going on and stuff. Okay, Trump got shot during that time, and
Mhm.
all these different things that's going on. So y'all go over to my channel because I talk about it, um, um, and how to survive it. And remember this: the enemy wants you to fear this stuff. The only reason why they want you to fear it, what they don't understand or what they cannot conquer, then they want everybody to fear it right along with them. Well, people who never knew about retrograde, you have survived it. So it's just taking the time to slow down and pay attention and respect the universe at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Uh-huh. That's so true.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what happens, we'll get through this global outage. But you know what? Them
Mm-hmm.
folks are upset. They are upset because every day these problems come up. This is money being lost
Mm-hmm.
in their economy. Do you know True Royal, even Wall Street is impacted?
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Wall
yeah.
Street is impacted. I mean, every industry practically is impacted by this outage.
Hmm.
Yeah.
See, now I want y'all to pay attention to some things with this retrograde stuff. Things are not what it seems when things are going on. So with these politicians talking and all these different things that are going on, it's not what it seems. It's a lot of stuff to be staged, okay? And we have questioned certain things that be going on, and we be on the right track on a lot of things, and then we will doubt ourselves and stuff. Um, just keep in mind, you will see really freak accidents. Communication is an issue during that time. Yes, and it is in Virgo. And Virgos, because I was raised by a Virgo, Virgos can be very argumentative.
Wait a
They
minute.
can be.
Wait a minute.
Hmm.
Wasn't that bridge that came down? Wasn't that
Yes. Yeah.
retrograde going
Yeah. That
on?
was.
That
Yeah.
Baltimore bridge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The last retrograde bridge was a ship ran into a bridge. Okay,
Yes.
a bridge just went down in China. 11 people died. Every retrograde, I've been pointing that out to y'all. Every retrograde, a bridge collapsed. Every single time. Every single time. In every retrograde, I've been able to point out there's always some kind of major gridlock with the energy. Like that, some like one time in it was in Chicago. The All the power went out and it had a big fire, and they couldn't, because they depend. You see how much they depend on their. And I keep saying this. You see how much they depend on this antiquated technology. We have a technology that far surpass something that they can't even fathom, but they want to act like this technology is so perfect, and they can't operate when they push a button and nothing works. I
Mm-hmm.
remember when we didn't have this stuff and people knew how to count money from the register uh, and everything. It
Mm-hmm.
lets you know how heavily they depend on this. They don't have their stuff. They don't have their stuff together, and
Mm-hmm.
the divine hand is spanking. It's spanking them. It's spanking them real big time. And do you know just what? Okay, after the retrograde phase is over with, just before the election hit, it come right back, Lisa.
I'm not surprised.
Uh-huh. I'm
I'm not
keeping up with it.
surprised,
I'm
seriously.
keeping up with it real close. Real
Mm-hmm.
close.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh-huh.
They already said this global outage is going to go on for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know. They really don't know when it's going to end. But
Mm-hmm.
they tried to say, "Oh, people can just, log off of their computer, take the patch off, and all this stuff." And people have done that, y'all, and it's still not working.
Mm-mm. Nope.
It's still not working.
Mm-mm.
You
Mm-mm.
know, I guess they thought they were going to have this little easy fix. Well, the easy fix is not working. People
Uh-uh.
have removed the patch. People have done all the steps, and
Mm-hmm.
they're still having problems.
Yeah, them people up there like cattle at the damn airport, like they don't have a clue what to do and stuff. I would not be hanging around that damn airport. I get my behind up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they keep on the PA system letting you know everything gonna be all right, and and then can you imagine all them people in the airport? Can you imagine COVID then went up behind that too as well? Everybody breathing on each other and
Mm-hmm.
all of that.
And they said a lot of the hotels can't even book you because they got the blue screen. So you can't go to a hotel, and some places in the country they said Uber ain't working, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a mess. It is really literally a mess. And they said government agencies are not even able to work. I mean, it's a mess.
Well, this one lady said she had got a call. Her father was supposed to have surgery, and they said they couldn't do the surgery because the
Hmm.
computer system went down. I'm like, well, what the hell that got to do with anything?
Because that's what they have in the operating rooms.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, because they had a story locally that came out here saying statewide they were canceling surgeries in
Mm-mm-mm.
my state statewide, and they were canceling doctor appointments because they said they with the blue screen, they can't even book doctor appointment.
Wow, Lisa. That
Mhm.
is wow.
Yeah.
I didn't heard it all. Wow. They can't. I thought I'd never see nothing like that. They don't know what to do with themselves. Their little stuff don't work, and they just fall
Well,
off.
there are lawyers out here because the lawyer offices are impacted by it too. Many of
Mm-hmm,
them use Windows,
mm-hmm,
and they already got on the internet for people to come so that they could do a class action
mm-hmm.
against CrowdStrike, the company that they feel is responsible for this whole thing.
Yeah, isn't that ironic? And
But
it's
but listen, the CEO of CrowdStrike was responsible for another global IT outage back in 2016. I said, so y'all hired that guy, huh?
yeah. They famous for that. They famous for that. But but they so somebody got to feel it. Somebody got to feel it. That tickles me because I knew when I seen what was going on, I said, oh, okay, Planet Mercury getting down.
Yeah. If you remember last year, I think it was last year when that bank collapse happened,
Mm-hmm.
and they went and looked at the executives, and all the executives were from Washington Mutual. The bank that collapsed back in, I think, 2008 when Bush was still in office. They completely collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
And the what bank is that? It was out there in California.
Um,
I
I got
can't remember, y'all.
I got to think about that for a second.
Well, anyway, the CEO and all of the executives were from Washington Mutual. I said, "Well, damn! Now I know why the bank collapsed. Y'all hired people. Y'all hired from people that came from a collapsed bank, and you thought they were going to do better."
Mm-hmm.
Yes, SVC. Thank you. Yeah, it was out there in California, Silicon Valley Bank. Thank.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, their CEO came from a bank that collapsed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now I remember. Yeah, now I remember. Mm.
And I was like, okay, so y'all thought y'all were gonna hire him and he was gonna do better with Silicon Valley.
Mm-hmm. Well, that situation is not gonna get better no time soon, because we in the retrograde phase, and um, that's what's going on. Like when I was trying to get on your live stream,
Uh-huh.
I was going to use my laptop, and I had to come in my office and go in my desktop. My The internet is running real funny right now. Usually my internet runs fine, and I was like, okay, I couldn't get on at all, and I had to just I was hoping that when I got on, did that break?
Did you? This is a brand new one.
Um, yeah, I just bought this damn thing.
Yeah.
You broke this, Omari.
No, I didn't break it. It just
You done broke the can opener, Lisa.
Omari, Omari,
Okay.
Omari,
I'm sorry.
Omari, listen, Omari.
uh,
Omari, I'm always on your side, right?
uh,
You know why? Because Kim
what?
keeps taunting me over Cherry. So that's why I'm always take your side, Omari.
She wrong. She is wrong.
Oh, I appreciate you. I need your help with getting it killed.
Oh, you wrong. Y'all just piling up against me. I just bought this damn thing.
That thing that I
Omari,
just tried it.
Omari, it ain't your fault, Omari. It's Kim's fault. That's what she get for teasing me with cherries.
You got a nerve. But this don't. No, this is not the one.
Okay.
No, this is another one, because the one I got, it had a real fancy design.
Okay, you gotta get back to your conversation.
And everything. But I know you break metal.
Yeah.
You be breaking up stuff.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Lisa.
Omari,
Oh,
Omari don't be tearing
You
nothing up,
run
y'all.
over me now.
I'm not all over you. Stop lying on me. You want some what for me? Okay. Yeah, he bought a real nice, big, huge watermelon too. Boy, that joker
I
is
just
good.
cut mine this morning. I had a big one that I got,
Mm-hmm.
and I just cut mine this morning. Man, that thing was sweet. It was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, we cut it up and put it in a container to get it all nice and chilled.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
It is good.
Yeah, it's really
Perfect
really
day
good.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
y'all, don't be surprised if you're still having issues, because the day it was announced that the global IT outage happened, there were a lot of people that had problems doing banking transactions.
Yeah.
So, don't be shocked if that crops up again.
Yeah. So that's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say, Jesse? What's the StreamYard link? Can someone post it for me, please?
Oh, no, we're not having anybody speak on the panel, Jesse. It's just Kim and I, that's all. So, would you like to add anything else before we conclude?
um, just to, the only thing I would just just say is that use your spiritual eyes and ears, and the people is usually on this channel, they up on it, and maybe some of our folks or friends and stuff that's can be delusional. um, maybe you can kind of talk to them and make them aware of the things that we are talking about in this system, that um, they're going to use whatever they're going to use. They are opportunists, and they're going to always try to fool us and try to pull something over our eyes. And it is our duty and responsibility to do what we are doing. That's why they don't like us speaking,
Yeah,
and everything like that. But the new black media, we be on top of it,
yeah, yeah,
because I go to my folks, and there's things that I wasn't aware of, and I'm like, oh, good. I have to go to my folks. I ain't watching no damn local news because it ain't nothing there for me.
mm-hmm,
I go to my people, at the end of the day, and just right now, don't try to get in anything new. If you got somewhere to go, leave maybe 45 minutes to a half an hour earlier, because there's going to be a lot of setbacks and delays.
yeah,
Don't jump to conclusions on everything. People are really like antsy during that time, and what's going on is we in this
right.
retrograde phase. But I just take joy that how it's affecting politics. I ain't gonna lie, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really
Ain't it
tripping me out.
something? Well, the new strategy that Trump and MAGA is using is Kamala is a DEI pick. And I
Mhm,
said, you know what? That's only a thing among white people. When
mhm,
you start getting outside of white people, nobody even cares about that DEI stuff.
mhm.
We don't care about it like y'all do.
Yeah,
We never cared about it like y'all do. So
yeah.
y'all will have local meetings and PTA and all that mess and go crazy. We ain't down with all of that.
No, we not. No, we
So
not.
when you try to use that, it's only going to excite the people that look like you. Anything beyond that, whatever. I'm
No,
just saying.
you're right, Chris. They don't know what they're doing. They want to give the appearance of what they're doing. And if you want to have some comedy, start watching the news overseas and hear what they saying about America.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff be tickling me.
Mm-hmm.
They be talking about America really, really bad, because
Yeah.
America want to act like they got their stuff together, and they act like they the superpower. And you sitting up here, you got two decrepit elderly men trying to run for president. You got one that's a criminal,
Yeah.
um, and stuff. And now you got homegirl up there, and we got all kind. Oh boy, they getting ready to drag Campbell, the stuff that they getting ready to talk about on her. They
Mm-hmm.
already talking about it right now in the Bay Area. She don't got a good track record. She's not liked up here in the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
Not liked. She, not at all. You know, can't. Like I said, the last thing I'll say when it comes to Campbell, when the first thing I ever heard about her, she was sleeping around with Willie Brown. They was having an affair, and Campbell must have some great skills, because she didn't been through a lot of men. All I can say, girlfriend, because I ain't heard of one say anything bad about her. All of them endorsing her.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I see some of y'all here from the Bay Area. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, Montel Williams just said he endorses her. I said, I guess it must have been really good, Montel. It
Oh my
must have been
goodness.
really good, man.
Oh
You
yeah.
came, you came from the dark to come out to endorse Kamala because don't nobody see him anymore.
He must be really ill. Because he got health issues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Willie Brown with his old behind, he in his 90s. Um, he he endorsed her.
Hmm.
He never, because he was on local news last week, and he never let folks forget that. Oh yeah, I used to mess with old girl. You
Hmm.
know, shit. Campbell was on the payroll twice for the city of San Francisco, but we never seen her at work. But she was working.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All
So.
right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and conclude. So
All right.
thank you all for being here. We got nearly 1,000 people. Probably got more. You know how YouTube is playing
Yeah,
with
they
our
be playing. They
numbers.
be playing with your numbers and stuff.
We could probably have 5,000 here, and they'll just show you 900 are here. You know, that's how they.
Yeah, they so butt hurt.
Mhm, mhm.
All
So
right, y'all
yeah,
be careful.
we'll definitely come back together again on a different topic. So everybody, please enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom, family. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. People did give contribution. I gotta shout them out. I almost forgot. David Sheldon, thank you for the $5 super sticker. Ocean Soul, the super chat. Always know your rights when it comes to cops. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are are you Long Island? Is that what LI is? I'm just asking. So anyway, he has 2 DUIs and has worked for 6 police departments in 4 years. I'm not surprised. Usually the bad cops, they float around a lot,
Yeah,
but they'll keep a police job.
and then you were saying that he has a horrible military record.
Yes. Yeah, he got thrown out of the military. And that's not a red flag. Yeah, that's definitely a red flag. He
Mm-hmm.
needs to be facing the capital punishment for this. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes,
We
you
are
right about
the
that.
justice system. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
CH464 gave a super chat. Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm surprised they didn't ask the family. Do they forgive? I'm
Mm.
sorry, family, but I hate this place. Yeah,
I
I
understand.
understand. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep,
It's just exhausting and old what they continue to do to us.
yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bernie's Road Book Tour, thank you for the super chat. They are hoping the Divine Nine to carry her. And Crawford Experience, thank you for the super chat. This is the reason why we need to vote the couch. Yeah, you're not alone because I tell you what, I see more people saying the couch more than voting Republican or Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Del Monte Green Beans, thank you for the super chat. They can pull up to the good if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
And you gave again, thank you again for the second super chat. And you said, I hope y'all aren't voting Cap Pinto Beans. Chin disappears into her neck, laughing all the time. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's what you see Kamala doing these days is laughing.
Her mouth is wide open. Every time I turn around, I see her. I'm like, come on, girl.
Hmm.
She just can't contain herself.
Yeah. And Onika, thank you so much for the super sticker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. I hope to see you
No,
soon.
no,
Just
me and Lisa don't vote.
no,
No, we don't vote.
no.
But we entitled to our opinions.
Yes, because we're taxpayers.
There you go.
Okay. I don't have to vote. If you're taking my money for taxes, I got every right to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here, too, True Royal. I
Yeah,
do appreciate it.
you're welcome.
Family.
Okay.